Hello YouTube, it is Toya Ruth here with the Divas and the Details, and I'm just popping in with possibly my last fragrance review of 2020 because today is Tuesday, December 29th, and I think I'm gonna have less time to get in and edit and get a video done before the new year. So with that being said, I have an each house for you. Parfums De Marly, I have for their fragrances, so I wanted to share them with you. So let's get right into it. The first fragrance we have up for you is Safanad, and let me just grab that. One thing I can say about Parfums De Marly is that their packaging is amazing. That's what the box looks like, very substantial. This particular fragrance, let's get right into it, launched in 2013. This is what the bottle looks like. This is like a fancy library or a museum. Oh, this is a lovely fragrance. So this fragrance opens citrusy, and I really like when you have like a rich dry down that has warmer fragrances, but it opens with the citrus punch. So this opens with pear and orange in the top notes, and the middle notes are orange blossom, ylang ylang, and iris. I'm gonna be totally honest. I am not a super big fan of iris, but I feel like the orange blossom and the pear really bring up this fruity, beautiful floral to a different level. This dries down to my faves, sandalwood, amber, and vanilla. This is warm, this is sensual, this is sultry, this is intense. This fragrance, I touched upon in my fall 2020 favorites a few videos back. And I would say that this fragrance would be worn best in the cooler months. This is a beautiful fragrance. I'm thinking this is unfortunately like a 5 to 7 hour range. So you will need to spray like some fabric or spray again throughout your day. It's such a lovely fragrance. I wish it had longer longevity. It is on the pricier side. So if you just love the actual fragrance of Safanad, I would get it. If you're looking for something with a little bit longer longevity, I have another option in this line of fragrances. But I think that is a beautiful fall fragrance, and it is just sensual and lovely. So the next fragrance I have, and that one, Safanad, launched in 2013. The next fragrance is none other than Sedbury. So this one's not talked about a whole bunch. This launched in 2015, and the bottle looks like this. So this one is opaque versus the clear of Safanad. Same beautiful packaging, very opulent. Oh, yes. I actually really love Sedbury, and people don't talk about it a lot, but it opens up with, interestingly, clary sage, lavender, and bergamot. So I didn't realize until I started purchasing more fragrances that had lavender in them how much I love vanilla with lavender, and vanilla will be in the later notes. It's very soothing to me, and the lavender and orange dance beautifully together. Now, this is a fruity fragrance to start off with a little bit of spice, but it's also super duper creamy and floral. So the middle notes for this are tuberose, jasmine, and iris. And the rose takes center stage in the middle. So if you're not a fan of rose, just don't overspray this, because this is a complex fragrance, so it has many other layers to it. But if rose kind of makes you nauseate or you don't like it so much, don't overspray. 3 sprays of this would be perfect. So the middle notes are tuberose, jasmine, and iris. And then the dry down, the base notes are benzoin, vanilla, ambergris, vetiver, and patchouli. So I'm actually a huge patchouli fan. I love vanilla. I have come to realize that ambergris is not amber at all. The ambergris gives you some saltiness, which is interesting to go with all this cream and fruitiness and floralness. This is a very formal fragrance. It's very elegant. It's very feminine. I kind of feel like this is the woman I would like to be eventually. Just above board, beautiful, graceful, flawless, well-to-do. I just think Sedbury is just a slap-on fragrance from Parfums De Marly. It is in the 6 to 8 hour range as far as longevity, but it is a beautiful fragrance. I would say that this is a fruity, spicy, creamy, white floral, and it is a perfect addition to the collection. It is not talked about quite as much as Parfums De Marly other fragrances. So the next up, this is such an interesting fragrance. I love it, love it, love it. This is Athalia. So Athalia was launched in 2016. And I love all the ones that open with orange or orange blossom. So Athalia is orange blossom in the top note. It is iris in the middle, white musk and amber in the base notes. When I smell Athalia, it gives me, if you like Guerlain fragrances, it gives me Guerlain insolent vibes with a much deeper base because this has the amber, it's muskier. This is a sexy fragrance. It's also a little bit standoffish. It's formal, it's sophisticated. This is a woman that's luxurious. She's focused on her goals. She's driven. She has business ventures, multiple streams of income. She's completely unbothered. So that if you want this woman, you're going to have to do something extraordinary to get her attention. You'll never get her off mission, but to get her attention, to capture her. And I feel like this Athalia is a fragrance that men want women to smell like because men do enjoy the chase and the pursuit. It's like a cheetah after his prey. And so I feel like this woman is a great catch. This is a very beautiful fragrance. This is almost the most unisex, or it is the most unisex of all the fragrances I'm going to talk about today. But to me, because of the orange blossom and the iris, the fruity floral, this leans more feminine, but this is the most unisex of all of them. This may quite possibly be one of my favorite bottles too. I love Athalia. So yeah, that's Athalia. Athalia is hard to get, on mission, no games to be played. And last but not least, this fragrance is probably the most popular of the Parfums De Marly fragrances that I have seen when I'm out and about in town for perfume heads that I talk to, as well as what I see on videos on YouTube, is launched in 2017, none other than Delina. So the bottle is pink and feminine. This is what it looks like. The box is pink and feminine, and so is the bottle. A lot of people have pink and gray decor, and I love the way this looks. So let's smell Delina. Okay, this is like an interesting fragrance. So this starts off with lychee, rhubarb, bergamot, and nutmeg. So that's a very interesting opening to me. So the spicy nutmeg, the juicy orangey bergamot mixed with the kind of sharp, almost sour rhubarb is so interesting. And then the lychee kind of makes it sweet again. So it's like, this is kind of playing little teasy games with you. Then this fragrance, the Turkish rose, is the star in the middle. There's peony, there's Athalia, there's vanilla, there's musk. But by far the Turkish rose is the star in the middle. This dries down to cedar, cashmere, and vetiver, and incense. This fragrance has, I would say, the best longevity of all four of the Parfums De Marly fragrances that I'm talking about today. This is sharp and tangy in the opening, but then it's like a flowering, like petals are dropping from everywhere. This is a woman in a long gown. She maybe has on some pearls. She's walking through a bed of roses and all kind of flowers in like this just secret garden almost. This fragrance, it's very feminine. It's delicate, but it has interest. This is something that I would wear to an afternoon brunch. I would wear this to a wedding. I would wear this on a first date. I would actually wear this to meet someone's mom as well. This is a likable fragrance. I understand why it's one of the stars, but it's not just like, oh, I'm a run-of-the-mill rose and vanilla fragrance, or rose and amber fragrance, or rose and incense fragrance. That opening with the spice The punch, the tanginess of the rhubarb mixed with the lush juiciness and freshness of the bergamot. For that orange bright burst, it's zesty. This is such a sweet person. And just a joy to be around. This is very inviting. So I actually do like Delina. When I read the notes at first, I was like, I'm not going to like Delina. I'm going to be totally turned off by rhubarb. Why would they put that in a fragrance? But it does add some nice interest. It is very unexpected. This of the Parfums De Marly is in the 8 to 10 hour range, and if you spray it on fabric, it lasts much longer. So if you're looking for the most bang for your buck, as far as this is kind of a pricier brand, which one of these fragrances is going to last the longest? I would say by far that would be Delina would be first up, and then I almost want to say Sedbury. That patchouli in the base really helps with the longevity of Sedbury. So I would say Delina has the longest longevity, then Sedbury, then Athalia, and then Safanad. I hate that Safanad doesn't have the long wear that the other ones have, because it's such a beautiful fragrance and it fits my fragrance profile the most, with the amber and sandalwood dry down and with the pear and the orange for the opening and the middle notes. So those are what I have from Parfums De Marly. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching The Divas in the Details, and I'll see you soon. Bye.